Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. How Indian Corn Came into the World, an Ojibbeway legend, adapted by Henry R. Schoolcraft. Long, long ago, in a beautiful part of this country, there lived an Indian with his wife and children, and found it hard to provide food enough for his family. But though needy, he was kind and contented, and always gave thanks to the Great Spirit for everything that he received. His eldest son, Wenza, was likewise kind and gentle and thankful of heart, and he longed greatly to do something for his people. The time came that Wenza reached the age when every Indian boy fasts, so that he may see in a vision the spirit that is to be his guide through life. Wump's father built him a little lodge apart so that the boy might rest there undisturbed during his days of fasting. Then Wenza withdrew to begin the solemn rite. On the first day, he walked alone in the woods, looking at the flowers and plants, and filling his mind with the beautiful images of growing things, so that he might see them in his night dreams. He saw how the flowers and herbs and berries grew, and he knew that some were good for food, and that others healed wounds and cured sickness. And his heart was filled with even a greater longing to do something for his people and his tribe. Truly, thought he, the Great Spirit made all things. To him we owe our lives, but could he not make it easier for us to get our food than by hunting and catching fish? I must try to find this out in my vision. So Wenza returned to his lodge and fasted and slept. On the third day, he became weak and faint. Soon he saw in a vision a young brave coming down from the sky and approaching the lodge. He was clad in rich garments of green and yellow colors. On his head was a tuft of nodding green plumes, and all his motions were graceful and swaying. I am sent to you, O Wenza, said the sky stranger, by that Great Spirit who made all things in sky and earth. He has seen your fasting and knows how you wish to do good to your people, and that you do not seek for strength in war, nor the praise of warriors. I am sent to tell you how you may do good to your kindred. Arise and wrestle with me, for only by overcoming me may you learn the secret. Wenza, though he was weak from fasting, felt courage grow in his heart, and he rose and wrestled with the stranger. But soon he became weaker and exhausted, and the stranger, seeing this, smiled gently on him and said, My friend, this is enough for once. I will come again tomorrow. And he vanished as suddenly as he had appeared. The next day the stranger came, and Wenza felt himself weaker than before. Nevertheless, he rose and wrestled bravely. Then the stranger spoke a second time. My friend, he said, have courage. Tomorrow will be your last trial. And he disappeared from Wenza's sight. The stranger came as before, and the struggle was renewed. And Wenza, though fainter in body, grew strong in mind and will. And he determined to win or perish in the attempt. He exerted all his powers, and lo, in a while, he prevailed and overcame the stranger. O Wenza, my friend, said the conquered one, you have wrestled manfully. You have met your trial well. Tomorrow I shall come again, and you must wrestle with me for the last time. You will prevail. Do you then strip off my garments, throw me down, clean the earth of roots and weeds, and bury me in that spot. When you have done so, leave my body in the ground. Come often to the place and see whether I have come to life. But be careful not to let the weeds or grass grow on my grave. If you do all this well, you will soon discover how to benefit your fellow creatures. Having said this, the stranger disappeared. In the morning, Wenza's father came to him with food. My son, he said, you have fasted long. It is 7 days since you have tasted food, and you must not sacrifice your life. The Master of Life does not require that." "My father," replied the boy, "wait until the sun goes down tomorrow. For a certain reason, I wish to fast until that hour." "Very well," said the old man. "I shall wait until the time arrives when you feel inclined to eat." And he went away. The next day, at the usual hour, the sky stranger came again, and though Wenza had fasted 7 days, he felt a new power arise within him. He grasped the stranger with superhuman strength and threw him down. He took from him his beautiful garments, and finding him dead, buried him in the softened earth, and did all else as he had been directed. He then returned to his father's lodge and partook sparingly of food. There he abode for some time, but he never forgot the grave of his friend. Daily he visited it, and pulled up the weeds and grass, and kept the earth soft and moist. Very soon, to his great wonder, he saw the tops of green plumes coming through the ground. Weeks passed by. The summer was drawing to a close. One day, Wenza asked his father to follow him. He led him to a distant meadow. There, in the place where the stranger had been buried, stood a tall and graceful plant, with bright-colored silken hair, and crowned by nodding green plumes. Its stalk was covered with waving leaves, and there grew from its sides clusters of milk-filled ears of corn, golden and sweet, each ear closely wrapped in its green husks. "It's my friend!" shouted the boy joyously. "It is Monaman," he said, "the Indian corn. We need no longer depend on hunting, so long as this gift is planted and cared for. The Great Spirit has heard my voice and has sent us this food." Then the whole family feasted on the ears of corn and thanked the Great Spirit who gave it. So Indian corn came into the world. The end. The Anxious Leaf. Once upon a time, a little leaf was heard to sigh and cry, as leaves often do when a gentle wind is about. And the twig said, "What is the matter, little leaf?" And the leaf said, "The wind just told me that one day it would pull me off and would throw me down to die on the ground." The twig told it to the branch on which it grew, and the branch told it to the tree. And when the tree heard it, it rustled all over and sent back word to the leaf, "Do not be afraid. Hold on tightly, and you shall not go till you want to." And so the leaf stopped sighing, but went on nestling and singing. Every time the tree shook itself and stirred up all its leaves, the branches shook themselves, and the little twig shook itself, and the little leaf danced up and down merrily, as if nothing could ever pull it off. And so it grew all summer long till October. And when the bright days of autumn came, the little leaf saw all the leaves becoming very beautiful. Some were yellow, and some were scarlet, and some were striped with both colors. Then it asked the tree what it meant, and the tree said, "All these leaves are getting ready to fly away, and they have put on these beautiful colors because of joy." Then the little leaf began to want to go too, and grew very beautiful in thinking of it. And when it was very gay in color, it saw that the branches of the tree had no bright color in them, and so the leaf said, "Oh, branches, why are you lead color and we golden? We must keep on our work clothes, for our life is not done. But your clothes are for holiday, because your tasks are over," said the branches. Just then, a little puff of wind came, and the leaf let go, without thinking of it, and the wind took it up and turned it over and over, and whirled it like a spark of fire in the air. And then it dropped it gently down, under the edge of the fence, among hundreds of leaves, and fell into a dream, and it never waked up to tell what it dreamed about. The end. If I were a leaf, I'd jump down from my tree. I'd dance in the wind. I'd fly in the breeze. I'd change bright colors. I'd spin in the air. Then I'd land on the ground. I just don't know where.